guys, it's Ahmer here, and welcome back to another update video in my series where I try and go for a full worldwide set of Nintendo 64 games. I already have the complete North American library and the PAL exclusives, so right here, just a front and a back page of the Japanese exclusive Nintendo 64 games. I am learning about these games, seeing the crazy things that they offer. There's just so many different like sports and just so many weird ones, and wrestling and like fighting games and like all of these mech games. It's just insane to see. So I was able to score quite a few more, and first up is this one right here. This is actually a fantastic game on the Nintendo 64 that we could have maybe got here, but no one picked it up. So this is Last Legion UX. So this is for all of those like mech lovers. If you love all of those like crazy battle mech style games, you have different environments like these tunnels and stuff. You get to jump around, and we really could have had it here, but no one was going to pick it up. You have 6 different mechs to choose from. It is not difficult to follow along. You just have to be familiar with some of these. There are some really cool options where you have different weapons, different shields. Each has different abilities, so you really must plan your attacks, and you must plan like how you're going to play this game. And I just love how their special moves, instant kill, but it is like very crazy and hard to like get into in that sense with that whole instant kill. But otherwise, it's just a great time, especially if you enjoy those Armored Core games and you have a blast with that. But I thought that this game was a pretty cool one. Now, this is not like a very cheap game at all. I think this one runs over $50, even just like a loose game. But it is a fantastic game on the Nintendo 64. You don't really need too much, like context of what's going on. And you can play it even if you don't know Japanese, because once you get in there, you're just like battling anyway, and it's a whole lot of fun. And then next up, this one, we have Virtual Pro Wrestling 64. Now, I found this one rather interesting because it's not like a brand new game. It's essentially a reskin of WCW versus NWO, but it has so many different options in it. So I love the tag team options, and just like playing, you have so many different wrestlers in here. And there's like this whole build-up, spirit meter, different moves. It's like more violent. I've heard like some people say that they like took the blood out of the North American version and they just like couldn't handle it. So this one is very interesting, and it's like close enough to have like a completely new game. So it's really a lot of fun if you love those classic Nintendo 64 wrestling games. And this one's really cool because you see like some of our wrestlers, but you see like so much like difference in this game. So I think it counts because it's a whole lot of fun, and another one that's not too expensive. So that's definitely a plus. So if you guys are enjoying this content, make sure you hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss out as I go for the full worldwide Nintendo 64 set. And I am finding so many great titles that I knew absolutely nothing about. Now this one I thought was pretty neat. So here it's like PD Ultraman 64. So over in Japan, this is like very, very big. So it's like this whole PD Ultraman battle collection or something of that nature. So Ultraman is hugely popular in Japan. You have the single player like story mode. So it's like this whole tournament that is held to save everyone. So much is like going on in this game. You have this whole activity meter that you have to like deal with. And it's just crazy because I felt like this game could have been a lot better, but you're literally waiting. You can only do like one action a day in the game, and you have to wait so many seconds in between that for like the days to go by. So this is one that maybe I'll have to try and jump into a little bit more, as I felt like I was just wasting a lot of time waiting around and trying to figure some things out. But I can see what they were trying to do. It's just, I want something a little bit more action-y, like those mech games, wrestling, and just so much fun. I want that like jam-packed action. And then this one I thought was interesting. So this is like, I think like Hiwa or something, Pachinko 64. Now I had to get this in the box. So these are pretty much like their own like Pachinko machines. So they're very similar in a way to like, I want to say like slot machines. So you have like different things. Now I don't really understand Japanese, So it is a little bit difficult to like kind of get the concept of what's really going on. But you kind of walk into, it looks like some sort of like casino or something. All these machines are set up and then you just play them. And I don't really understand the point of it, but just because I'm not too familiar with it. But I did get this complete in box, and it does come with the manual, and it comes with like these extra little cards that are always in Nintendo 64 games. But right here you'll just see that it is like these different little, like, kind of looks like slot machines, and people like try and describe this as like pinball, but it's really not as exciting as pinball. So this is a game that probably won't get much play, but I had to get it just to see what was up with it, and you know, just see how it actually played, see what was going on. So I'm pretty excited because this was a pretty inexpensive game, and it's another one off the list. Then on to this game. So another sports game. There's so many like soccer games, baseball games. We have J-League Tactics. Now, of course, it has all this other stuff on here, but this is like Tactics Soccer or something, it says. So pretty much this game is your like soccer game. But I actually liked it because the camera angle was pretty nice to see. You could actually get like a full overview when you're playing the game. And even though I'm probably not going to play these soccer games, I feel like this one's probably better than some of the other ones. And it was still an inexpensive game. I just love how a lot of these are super cheap. Just makes it easier. And then I get to try out and see which games I really enjoy. And then this one. This is a weird game. I did not like get what it was from this whole like image that's right on the front. But it's made by Hudson. And I can't really pronounce it, but it's like something... No Challenger something. But it is a puzzle game, and it's just really different. So kind of what I think it's like you're moving this like small ball through these like long and narrow mazes. So it just reminds me of like those weird little toys that you get back in the day where you have like two metal like prongs and then you have like a ball. Or if you're going to like carnivals and things like that, you can't let the ball touch the sides. So it's just like this weird little like maze puzzler game, and once you get into it, it's actually pretty addictive because you don't want to hit the sides. Kind of like an Operation when you put the little tongs in and then you just try and get, you know, like the pieces out. That's just kind of how like what it reminds me of, and it's just something so different. I did not even expect it. But this is great for those puzzle fans, pretty inexpensive, and another game that I was able to try out, and it's just so weird seeing all the games that they have over in Japan versus here in North America. So that is definitely exciting. I was able to add quite a few more to the list. So we have 6 more games, 1 complete in box. Definitely a blast. And I would have to say that Last Legion UX is probably the most fun, as it's like a mech, you know, warrior, like fighter game, this virtual wrestling. Just really good times with some of these games. So I'll have to add them to my list, cross them out, and let me know which games you recommend playing on the Japanese library of the Nintendo 64. As I'll have to try and find those games and add them into my set. So of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out all of my other videos and stay tuned for more.